Alan Walter Polabchak became known as the Littlest Defector when he refused to leave Chicago at age 12 with his parents, who were moving back to Ukraine, then part of the Soviet Union. The Kremlin considered him a U.S. hostage, and the story of his asylum and legal fight became a Cold War legend. Tonight, now 54, Walter Polabchak is an American, a Chicagoan, a husband and father of two, and uniquely qualified to talk about Russia and Ukraine.
It is clear that they lost the Cold War, and I feel like this is their second opportunity.
Walter Polabchak says in 2022 the Russians are doing to Ukraine what they tried to do to him here in Chicago in 1980, stand in the way of freedom. Polabchak had moved to Chicago with his family, but when they decided to return to the Soviet Ukraine, he had tasted American freedom and refused to go. With his family back in Ukraine, his asylum case wound through state and federal courts, ending with a win for Walter. He would stay on this side of the Iron Curtain. A family picture still hangs in his home of his parents, who later died in Ukraine, and tonight he fears for other relatives still there.
It is very personal to me because I do have family there. They're trying not to panic. They're used to this type of aggression. You know, Ukraine is a free, sovereign country.
Did you ever think over the last few decades that you would see Russia do what they're doing now to your former homeland?
For the longest time, we all thought it was in the past and we moved on. When Cold War ended and all the countries became independent.
Should other parts of Europe, former Soviet-controlled countries, be concerned at this point?
Absolutely. Every single country in Europe should be concerned. The freedom and democracy is under attack around the world.
5,400 miles from eastern Ukraine, this former USSR defector says he realizes now more than ever that he made the right decision at age 12.
Every day, I thank God that I'm in America and I am an American.
Walter Polabchak tonight proudly talks about his 14 trips back to Ukraine during the decades. He had a trip to his homeland planned for this year, but now says that's not looking very good. If Vladimir Putin occupies Ukraine, it would essentially be the same government in charge that he once escaped, a government that wanted him back. And as Polabchak says, they are not to be trusted.